It's that time again. Thanks for tuning in. Get ready for another round of newbies. I'm your host, the Joker. You've all become too complacent, too predictable, and that makes you boring. I can't stand a bored audience. So get ready, kids, because it's going to be a very, very exciting ride. I mean, these are just the opening jokes, folks. We haven't even gotten to the punchline yet, and when we do, it's going to be a doozy.
Guys, it's Joker time. And I've got a very special guest this time, my sister from the gathering, Alice in Mandelaland.
Hello.
So we are coming on here just for a few moments to talk about trolls and shills within our little, wonderful, beautiful community.
Oh, the lovely little trolls.
Since I've kind of
trolls.
find a niche with calling these trolls out, and you can see them, like it's so easy, like you always know if they're a troll because they just don't give up.
I know their behavior is so obvious, yeah, because most people be like, ah, fuck it, like I don't give a shit, you know, but a troll will not do that. A troll, well, I have a great example of troll behavior.
Tell us about your special troll you've had recently.
Oh, I have a SpaceX troll. I posted a video about SpaceX being fake because if you watch any of their rocket launches, they are obviously fake. Any person with any amount of intelligence who watches these videos obviously goes, hey, that's animation.
Yeah.
So I posted a video going, hey, that's animation, and making fun of all the people in the control room jumping up and down going, oh my God, this is amazing, like hugging each other. And so I get trolled by a guy from SpaceX who starts like posting links to videos of like him in his car listening on the radio while they launch the rocket. And he's like screaming in his car, and he's like inviting me to come out and view a rocket launch. So he keeps coming back and coming back and coming back, and I keep telling him to fuck off and fuck off and fuck off. And he keeps trying to convince me that the rockets are real and that the earth is round, and he won't go away. And I finally ban him from my page, and he finds us over on the gathering, and he starts in over there, and he starts doing the same stuff. And so I ban him over there. And so he gets a second account, and he comes back again doing the same stuff. And then he gets another guy to come in and start hammering on me about the same. I'm like, and you want to say you're not a troll because if it posts like a troll and it obsesses like a troll, it's a fucking troll, you know? Because most people who don't know you, who are like, wow, that dumb bitch thinks the earth is flat, and these rockets that I know are obviously real are fake. And I would post one comment and be like, okay, fuck her, she's stupid. And that would be the end of it.
Right.
If I even posted the one comment, because I wouldn't even give a shit enough to do that. But if I cared enough to post the one comment, that would be as far as it would go.
Right.
I would not go to this extent unless I was a troll.
Yeah, and he was really relentless. Like, he was posting like links and videos and look, I did this, and look at this picture I took, and like,
yes, it was It's still going on. It has not
Yeah.
ended yet. It is still in motion. So we have yet to see how it ends.
Yeah, he's still happening. And what was his name? Astronomy
Astronomy
Live.
Live.
Yeah.
Astronomy Live. Yes.
So there you go, guys. Because you know,
Yeah.
if you've looked on my channel, like I will call them the fuck out.
Yeah. I have no problem calling people by name.
Yeah.
No problem. I don't give a
And
shit.
that's just like we got so many like going on nowadays, like the trolls and the shills and like, which
Well,
honestly,
they're perpetrating lies, and that's what pisses me
right?
off.
And like, and I didn't know what a shill was until I actually came to like the Mandela effect community when someone accused me of being one.
Oh yeah,
and
no, me too. Yeah.
and like I was like, what the fuck is even a shill? And they were like,
Yep.
hired by the government or whatever to disrupt like online communities, I guess, or
Yeah.
conspiracy theorist stuff.
Yeah.
And there is a whole bunch like within the Mandela effect community. Like now, like people need to
Yep.
watch out for this shit because there's people like I got into a debate with someone today. And this one I will not name because he's a big name, and I'm sure that one will come back. But I'm sure everyone will realize who it is once like this like starts to get out. But we had like a little debate, and it's a debate.
Right.
It's healthy to debate. If you talk to
Right.
someone that
No, it was a healthy debate too. I saw
Yeah.
it, and it was a really like just you were just putting your theory out there. That's it.
right, and then he was like, basically the theory was he was posting stuff about Sophia, the AI, and how she's the new AI god, and there's this new AI religion, and I said that's fear tactics. So I
Right.
started giving my theories on like the Mandela effect and how I don't think anymore that it's reality shifting and how it's not well, the mind manipulation thing. How it's like,
Right.
what if this has always been where we're at,
Right.
and we've been mind manipulated for so long to see these things the way they wanted us to see them, and then all of a sudden it stopped working, and now we're seeing things for how they really are. And he was like, and I was like, logo changes are cool, but they're simply just entertainment for people that are Mandela affected. That's all they have become. It's
Right.
what these changes are. So anyone that's Mandela affected knows that logo changes, like, oh, that's cool, like
Right.
wow, that's mind blowing that they changed this lyric in that song or whatever.
Right. Right.
And he was like, it's more than just logos. I have a whole
Right.
thing.
Dig deeper. Dig deeper. It dates back to
like,
ancient Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Dig deeper. I've got so many
right.
folders for ancient Egypt stuff, and I'm like,
Right. I mean,
okay.
how can you even say that? Because I mean, unless you physically studied all of the ancient Egypt stuff and handled it all, and then physically handled it, and it changed, like, I mean, if you're
If
just
you is
seeing it
there,
all, because I mean, even I, as a kid, I mean, I saw the King Tut display in person
right?
in like 5th grade. And, I only remember just the one thing, but that's what I believe my memory's been fucked with to remember, so that,
Right.
that's part of this thing, is so that I would have this shit where when I see those two things on there, I would go, no, that's not how it's supposed to be,
Yeah, it should
and
be like this. Like, yeah.
right.
And that's
And
the kind of like thing, like when shills, that's what I think a lot of the shills in the Mandela effect community are. They're these people that are propagating uh, these cool sounding things,
right.
and like that's what everybody's following because that's the cool route to go.
Right.
And there was even another one where like this other person was like, none of the internet links are broken, and I'm like, that what does that even have to do with mind manipulation? And they started talking about how it was memory hacking, and like I don't even think it would go as far as memory hacking, because like it's mind manipulation. Like we were meant to
Right.
see it like that in the first place.
Right.
So we were already manipulated to see the King Tut with the one thing, and then yeah, I think the ones that are seeing it with two now are the ones that like the programming wore off. And then
Right.
apparently, whenever I say programming, they're like, "Oh, it's not some AI thing or some computer thing." That's not what I'm saying.
No,
It's
that's
not
not.
a it's
Yeah.
not a computer thing.
And what you have to remember is that they own the internet. They own the internet. They own it
Exactly.
all. So to say that they can't change all these things, like, oh, there's no broken links. Really? Do you think that they don't have the power to,
Alter everything.
I mean, I'm sorry, I believe that they do.
Yeah.
I've seen evidence enough to know that they do,
Yeah.
So,
And it's everywhere. It's like it's not hard to find if you want to do your own research on that
mm,
kind of thing. Like the MK Ultra thing, the mind manipulation thing, there's so much stuff out there that you could look up that would
yep,
tell you that this is possible. They've done it. They've been
they,
doing it for
yep.
years.
There's
And
there's a reason that they have been working on this actively since at least, I mean, I'll say World War II. It could
right,
have been earlier than that, but we know World War II. Um, there's a reason, and um, distracting.
it's okay.
Distraction. She's
But like,
it's Beautiful Awakening. She's texting
oh,
me, just
I got
distracting
you.
me. She's doing
She's
it on
in.
purpose.
She
I
has.
haven't I haven't opened the
In,
chat yet.
yeah,
Um,
she's in the chat. So
yeah, I
we
didn't even
got
open it yet.
Beautiful Awakening, Michelle, and Uni Monday for right now. But
what was I saying?
World
It
War
worked.
II.
Oh, there's a reason that they have put so much into these programs, because it's not just the MK Ultra, it's the multiple programs. There's many programs. There's not just the MK Ultra. Um, there's a reason they've put so much into these programs all these years. It's not just for for the fuck of it. You know, there's been a means to an end.
Right.
And they're taking this somewhere, and all the evidence says that if you put it all together with the experiments and the patents and the stuff that people have come forward with, I think it's pretty clear that they've been perpetrating this against the American public at large for quite a while now.
Yeah, they got like the
At least
chemtrails and
since like
smart stuff.
2012, I think.
Yeah, and they're like everyone talks about frequencies, how like frequencies are changing. Well, how do you think they're mind manipulating people? Like that's
There you
one of the
go.
things they use. But
There you
no,
go.
we're
Yeah.
shifting into different realities,
Yeah.
and
But we've
that's
never
what.
seen any. I mean, we've just listen. I would fucking love if it was that, man. But there's just no
Yeah,
evidence of that. There just isn't. And so I get suspicious in these people who just keep pushing that narrative, because like people who keep saying shift over and over again. I'm like, what's a shift?
yeah. What is that exactly? Like,
Because we're over a year into this, and like you can't say even what that is.
right.
Like, what's a shift?
Like I've said shift, but I don't even know what
Right.
it is. It's just
But
something that we've started to call it.
yeah, but then like you get to a point where you have to go like, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
what
Like what is
what
shifting?
is that? What is that? Because I'm using that term, and should I be? Like,
Right?
you know? And, you know, it's like we get into the habit of using these phrases and like, should we be? Because are we being programmed by the right fucking people?
Right. Because it all could
we're
be
surrounded
programmed.
by fucking, you know, psyops and fucking shills, and it's unfortunate and it sounds paranoid, but it's the fucking
But
truth.
it is the truth. And you just
I
pay
mean,
attention to a lot of the
I'm
people.
crossover into the flat earth community, and I've seen it over there.
Yeah.
I've seen it big time over there. And
you've
you
had
know,
quite a few people trolling that too, haven't you? Like it's like
oh
they're
man,
paid to like jump in just to debunk me or put out this bullshit so people think we're crazy. Like
yep. There's right now it's going public. There's like there is an active like attack on flat earth going on, and people that were put in place a couple years ago, the big names like Mark Sargent, Patricia Steer, the big names, they're all serving their purpose now. They're doing all the big interviews with all the big names, and they're saying fucking ridiculous things, you know?
right.
And thank goodness there's people in the community who are, you know, searching their backgrounds and are looking into stuff and, you know, following the money, because the money trail does not look good. Does not fucking look good at all. And it's uncovered a lot about them, you know?
And it's happening
They
everywhere.
are planted. They both are planted, and it's nothing could be more obvious. The evidence shows it clearly, and you know, Mark's interviews lately, if you don't listen to those and go, oh my god, I cannot believe that this guy is walking around calling himself the king of flat earth.
Right.
Like, it's so disturbing, because I mean, my mom was like, flat earth was on the news, and there was this guy talking about snow globes and terrariums, and like, what's the deal? Like, even my mom was like disturbed about it, and she thinks flat earth is crazy, you know? Like,
Right.
that's pretty bad. And this guy's supposed to be a representative of flat earth.
Yeah. And he's making all those outrageous claims. Which that happens a lot. Like that happens
And
in a
these
lot
people
of
are making a
communities.
ton of money. These people are making
Right.
a shit ton of money off of it. These people make money every month. They don't have jobs. They live off of their intake off of flat earth. They've made a career out of it.
Right.
And I don't like that. I find that disgusting.
I don't like that either. Like, if you're really trying to put the truth out about something, whether it be flat Earth or Mandela effect or whatever's happening, like, you don't do it for the money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I know there's people who've made careers out of it, and you know, it's hey, you know, it's just
if you can make the money, I mean, hey, great, but don't make that like why you do it.
Yeah, I just don't, you know.
Oh, this sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to put out the truth. Well, it's like what we do in the gathering. You put out the truth no matter what. Some people may hate us, but we're putting it out there because, like, that's why we're here. We're here to put out the truth and make people think about it. Like, that's something I've always done, even with this channel. It's like, I'm here to, like, stir up your shit and make you think about, like, the choices you've made and what's going on.
Yeah.
So, and then that was like part of the debate earlier with those other ones was like, that's what I was doing. I was like, well, what if it's this? And it was like completely shut down. The one guy that got me, he's like, I'm not here to argue. And if this is what it's going to be, I'm out. And he just leaves. Like, he doesn't give a rebuttal, a response.
He didn't even, like, not even one response. Nothing. No. Like,
he just fucking left.
So it's like, it's his theory or nothing. That's it.
Right. And to me, that tells me that's a fake.
Yep.
Because he is so adamant about, you need to believe this.
Yeah.
And this is how it is. And don't you deter from this line of thought. Like, it has to be this. and everything you're saying is wrong, and you're just trying to argue. And like, I wasn't even being argumentative. Like, I was just telling my thoughts. Like, I wasn't being argumentative at all. And he took it that way, and then the other person took it that way and started like trying to give reasons as to why like memory hacking is the reason. And then like, I wasn't even talking about that. Like, because they brought up broken web links is like why that happens. And it's like, well, the broken web links makes no sense, because if you've been mind manipulated to think
Right.
that Jim Beam has always been Jim Bean, when you're typing it out, you're going to think when you're typing an N, you're really typing an M to go to like that spot. It's like, that's how far mind manipulation is going to go. They're like, like, it's going to make you think you're going somewhere else. And so I don't get the website broken link argument at all. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, just to think that they can't manipulate the
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, because they own it. They're in control of everything. Like,
Yeah.
they can, like, do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you don't think that they could go back into these, like, like, when you look up whatever the Mandela Effect logo change is, and you look it up, you don't think they could go back through, like, the history of the internet and change, like, whatever your result is going to be. Like, yeah, now you're going to find this because... And it's always logo changes that people find on the internet. It's not like... Well, like we were saying the other day, nothing in my room changes.
Or
Like,
songs that are online. It's not CDs or tapes. You know, it's not my cassette tape that I've got in the garage, you know?
Yeah. And it's like, they're trying, like, whoever's in control of this is trying really hard. Because I've found and bought the original unedited 1980 version of Empire Strikes Back. And I was going to go watch it to see if he says, "Luke, I am your father." Well, when I went to go watch it, it wouldn't work. So the persons whose house I was at, they're like, "Well, let's try another tape and see what happens." And it ate the tape, so the VCR got fucked up. Like, I couldn't even like watch it. So I was like, now that is some like fuckery right there. Like, they're totally like trying to keep me from watching this.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
like, so I'm like, because I was so dead, like, I could possibly
debunk goes deep, man. The fuckery goes deep.
Because I was like, I could possibly debunk the Darth Vader Mandela effect, and then they're like, nope, you're not gonna do that.
Oh man.
And it's like, it's too coincidental to be a coincidence for that to happen.
Yeah.
Because like that, my friend tried 2 videotapes and they ate them both. Wow. And I was like, well, I'm not putting this back in there because then it'll get ate and then I won't get to do nothing with it. So yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. And you got all these. Now we'll get to the shill part, because like the shills are like, which we've already covered a lot of it, but like they're the ones that are perpetrating a lot of the Mandela effect theories that a lot of us like follow, like the alternate reality and like time travel and
shifting and being in a different galaxy than we were in. We went from Orion to Sagittarius. That one I hear a lot, like, oh no, are you originally from Orion? Oh, I'm originally from Orion too, bro. Like, I hear that shit a lot, and that one really gets to me, because it's like, how do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know? How do you know you're from that galaxy? Because you only know that because NASA fucking told you that that's where you're from. You don't fucking know that. You don't even fucking know that you live in a fucking galaxy. Yeah. You don't even know that you fucking live on a fucking ball. That's all because fucking NASA, which is a government agency. Do you believe your government?
Yeah.
The people who told you that fucking 9/11 was real.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Those people.
These are like the same people that are all like, because there's been a lot of things NASA said, it's like there's evidence that they're lying about.
Yeah.
So, like, why would you trust anything else they said? Like, that's how I am. Like, if I catch you in one lie, I'm
Right.
not going to remember, I'm not going to trust anything else you say.
Right.
So, like, all these people are die hard, like, no, it's this, it's CERN, it's NASA, like, space, whatever. And, like, even the whole CERN thing.
CERN is
And,
a fucking CERN is a setup to
oh,
it's a
totally.
setup to it's a psyop.
Distract us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's to fucking make us think that they're doing this shit.
And
It's
if anybody pays attention, the CERN theory is now debunked because everybody was talking about a week ago that they were experiencing a shift. Well, CERN shut down the LHC on November 13th. So that couldn't have been CERN because they weren't doing nothing.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
who?
Michelle, you're right. CERN is laughing their asses off. They've been laughing at
Oh,
us this whole fucking time. I said a long time ago that they had nothing to do with this, and people fucking told me that I was wrong. And I was like, they have nothing to do with this. Like, I'm telling you, they have nothing to do with this shit. It
yeah,
doesn't fucking add up. It doesn't add up, and then all of a sudden there's, hadron colliders all over the United States that we never knew about, and, coincidentally, there was one like 12 miles from, where I grew up, my first home when I was a kid, that I don't fucking remember this place,
right.
and
Which I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about CERN or any of its other labs
why
until the
well
Mandela effect.
No, I did. I remember like
Really?
posting stuff on Facebook about it because I was kind of like nerdy that way,
Right.
Um, but I was also really like ignorant about it too, like I thought
Mhm.
like what they were doing was good.
Well, that's like it's one of the things. Like
Yeah, I
they're
thought what
they're
they were doing was good.
they're advancing our stuff. So, but
Yeah.
like as far as like that, like CERN and like the effects and stuff. Like I've never paid attention to any car logo, and I used to own a
I
Ford,
never
so I
got
don't know.
Well, I knew that
Like
just because I was a mechanic and I worked in
right,
auto
right,
parts and, but again, like, it's it's how you're made to remember it. It's so easy
exactly.
to manipulate, like that
And
shit
it
is
could be
so
just as
easy to
simple like
manipulate.
when they originally made it, they fucked up and they were like, "Oh shit, we mass produced this. What do we do?" And then like the Luciferian guy's like, "Don't worry, I got this."
Right.
And then he like
Right.
fucked up everybody's mind. Like they'll think it's this from now on. Like
Yeah. Fucking Luciferians, man. They're some shady motherfuckers. So
totally. And I'm pretty sure like we're living in a Luciferian society right now. So like
this is their world.
yeah,
This is
they're
their
controlling
world.
everything. So
Yeah.
and like how can people not say that they're controlling the Mandela effect as a distraction to whatever it is that really is going on too?
I
So
don't know. I don't know how people don't see that. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious personally,
yeah,
but
but like a lot of the people I have associated with and watched their videos and stuff, like they are very they don't see it. Like they
yeah.
see the changes and they see all that stuff and they're like, oh, this is cool, and then they start talking about it and like they don't look beyond that. Like it could
Yeah.
also be a way like whoever started the Mandela effect was trying to give us a message to look at bigger things, and people just got
Remember
stuck.
you remember what I said to you earlier that when that video that I sent you or not the video, I think it was the link I sent you about the one Bible passage,
Oh yeah,
remember? And
yeah,
how I said that maybe there was something about praying that might
right. Oh yeah,
maybe this is like that, like maybe there's something to like
you think
what like
we'll be
how
able to
people
stop.
behave when they are into the effects and into the seeing it as reality shifting and seeing the Mandela effect as a good thing. Maybe it's sort of like, you know, praying, and when people see religion and the God of this place as a good thing.
Right.
Maybe it's the same, it produces the same thing.
Could be.
I don't
Like,
know.
maybe it's part of our mind, like whatever they're using that energy for. I mean, someone was saying,
I mean, I don't know. I just, you
right,
know,
it's just a thought.
I'm becoming really suspicious because in the Bible it seems to say, the Lord seems to say over and over again, like, say, pray to me, and like, and if the Lord, who we're really suspicious now, is Lucifer, which is also Yaldabaoth.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're suspicious about him now, and he's saying over and over again, pray, 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 like, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
What's he
Like,
get out of that?
he's getting them to pray to him, basically.
Right. It can't just be an ego thing. There must be more to it.
Right.
You know
Like
what I mean?
he's getting something out of it. Maybe. And there's still people out there that are like
Like that passage I sent you, that was crazy,
yeah.
right? Like,
Hold on, I'll
Satan,
get it.
who
Like,
is the God of this world,
yeah.
and then it says who
Says
Jesus, who is
Satan,
looks
who's the
just like
god of this
God.
world,
Yeah. I'm like,
has
what the
blinded the minds
fuck?
of those who don't believe, and they're unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message about the glory of Christ, who is the exact likeness of God. And I mean, we preach that Jesus Christ is Lord. There's that name that word again.
That's not even the right version, I don't think. That's not even
This
not
is
even the right version. That's
yeah.
not
This
even the
is
word. Yeah, oh no, it is. Yeah, it is. That is right there. When it starts from 4, it is, yeah. Satan. It's starting from Satan. That's it. Yeah, that's a gnarly verse, man.
yeah.
Satan, who is the god of this world. I mean, it's a lowercase g, because we know that there are multiple gods. We know
Right.
that. The Elohim.
Right.
We know that that's one way to tell when it's a lowercase g, that they're talking about the multiple gods. But still, you know, saying even that he is a god of this world. I mean,
Right.
they don't say he is a god of this world. They say he is the god of this world. It's very confusing.
Yeah. And that suggests that there's other places, like somewhere else, that, and which that goes into the whole Sophia thing, where like she came here to like hide her mistake from you. So that's all. And like, I don't know, just I just would like just people be careful of like who you follow, like when you get to the Mandela effect, like, and this is something I've said.
Any of these communities,
Yeah,
you know?
any communities, flat Earth,
not just the
Mandela effect,
Mandela
like whatever,
effect,
any conspiracy type.
Yeah,
like,
it exists in all of these communities, and trust me, I've seen it in all of them, and it's worse in some than others. But you got to be so careful, because
there's a lot right now. Like, there's a lot. If we're talking about the Mandela effect, there's a lot of the people that do videos on that. And if you just watch them for like 2 minutes, you can be like, this person is full of shit, man. Like, they're not someone that people should be following.
You have questions in the chat.
Oh, I have questions. I
Yeah.
have questions. Let's see. Everything is connected. What if our thoughts all focusing on one logo can change the logo? What if one person suggests that it's different? Then we all focus on the logo. I've said this before. Like, and it could go back to that prayer thing. Like, what if we all see like the logo thing, and we're all focusing on it, and then that's how it changes, or that's how we see it, maybe. But it's a good question. What do you think about that, Alice?
I mean, that's a possible, sort of a possible backup theory is, that we alter reality.
Right. And I
It's a
see
possibility.
Beautiful Awakening.
I just haven't seen enough evidence of that.
Right.
So I would like to see more evidence of manipulating reality. I have seen some, and I have done it myself, obviously, but I don't know if that happening on a grand scale unintentionally, because these started happening before we ever started thinking about it, and then then we started, once we started seeing it, then more started happening, etc. You guys all know how it happened, but
Yeah.
initially these things were happening before we were focused on them, so
Right. And then see,
I don't
Beautiful
know.
Awakening says, is DID a prerequisite to being immune to the Mandela effect? Possible. Very possible.
I wonder about just mental illness in general, if
Right.
certain types of mental illness would make you immune just because I think your brain is set up differently and
Yeah.
makes
And
it
so it's
harder
harder,
to
yeah, to
manipulate.
manipulate. Yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah.
Michelle says, maybe some of the affected are under mind control but don't even know it and think they're the ones that are awake. Which
Yeah.
I think that's very true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just watch some of the people, like you can tell, like something's going on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some people, I have no doubt about it. Yeah.
Boom Boom did say, I want to know who's the person who came up with the image. Like, who was the first one? And that's a good question.
With what?
Who first came up with the Mandela effect? Which I know it was like that Fiona Broom, like she coined the phrase, but like who first started seeing stuff?
I don't know. You know what? I looked into that, and you can't really find it. It's the information is not there. Yeah.
And then like you get these people that come out and are like, oh well, I've been affected since like 1982, and like
right, exactly. Like, yeah.
So
yeah, I've been affected since the 70s. Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean, it's.
And I don't believe them.
I don't either.
They're full of shit.
I really don't either. Yeah. Beautiful Awakening said it started with McDonald's.
It always starts with McDonald's.
It always starts with McDonald's.
It always starts with McDonald's.
They love to see you smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, Michelle's right. It's just Shill's making money.
Yeah. Yeah, these people are getting paid, and they're not just getting paid, but they're making money off of other shit, like apps and super chats and shit like that, Yeah. These people make all kinds of money, and it's disgusting. Fucking disgusting. It makes me sick.
Me too.
It makes me fucking sick.
I don't know. Boom said, I know the one person who says she was affected since 1982, and she was a narc and a shill.
Yep. Of course she was. Yeah. Of course she was. Of course she was. Exactly my point.
Like, and another thing I've tried to like tell like people is everyone, like I've not, well, the real ones, the true ones, because you can tell who's faking, but like someone who's truly affected, they all have some some semblance of empathic ability.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like, if you watch someone and you're not believing it, then you know that they're lying or they're a shill, or like, if it
Right.
just, there's a itch in your head that's like, oh, this is full of shit. Because I've seen those.
Right.
And, like, I full on believe in the Mandela effect, or we wouldn't be here. But, like, there are some people out there, like, I watch and I'm like, this person's full of shit. And I stop watching them. And a lot of people, like, they keep watching certain videos. They're like, well, we take a little bit of truth out of everything they say. Like, not me. Like, I can't.
No.
Like,
No,
the
thank you.
first instance of bullshit I come across, I'm done. Like, nothing they
Yeah.
say after that, even if it is true, is worth anything.
Yeah. No, there's some people that I watch because I know they're psyops, and I watch them because I know that they are spreading false information, and I watch
Right.
them specifically to keep up on the false information that they
Right.
spread.
Which is a good thing to
Because
do.
I share it with you.
Yeah.
And there's specific people that like Secure Team 10. They
Yeah.
are a good example. They will post bullshit UFO videos. They've been called out so many fucking times. They just posted some bullshit NASA stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that video. Oh my God.
New Apollo
Evidence.
16 or 17. And let me tell you, I did about an hour's worth of research to try and find that footage, that new footage that was released. I can't find it anywhere.
Wow.
So if they got it from NASA, NASA gave it to them because it
Totally.
wasn't released anywhere. I searched the news and I searched NASA's site, and I know NASA's site because I download images all the freaking time, manipulating them and screen grabbing. Now they have gone in and because because you could go and download the images and see all the fuckery they did of like pasting in the earth and that kind of shit. What they
Right.
did is they screen capture the old picture and post those pictures now because you can't see the fuckery anymore. So now
they fixed it.
they fixed it. So now all the pictures have been replaced, and yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I used to be on their site and downloading images quite a bit, but I couldn't find this video anywhere. So I don't, I call bullshit on new video being released. It wouldn't surprise me because this guy's known to, perpetrate lies all the time, and is, I suspect, to be a NASA bitch boy personally, but
Right.
alleged NASA bitch boy,
Well, like, even in the video when they like zoom in to like whatever it is he's talking about, you can see like the texture on like the black part, and it looks like a wall.
Oh, we aren't
It's
trying to
so
compete
weird.
with anybody. We aren't trying to
Yeah, I'm
compete.
not.
We're just, I didn't even realize that anyone else was on. I don't know anyone else's
Yeah.
schedule. Like, I really have no idea. I don't pay attention. I don't know. We
Yeah,
just
I'm
had
not
stuff
trying
to,
to compete.
we had stuff
You
to
know,
talk about, and we decided to talk about it on the air. That's all.
yeah.
That's it.
So that
Yeah.
was pretty much it. And like I kind of like,
We have 5
I was
people
asked to be
watching.
over there.
I don't think we're competing. We have 5 people
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, we're not. Like, usually when I do these videos, it's so people can come back later and watch them. Now, see,
Yeah.
I'll just say this. The reason I decided to do this one is because I was asked to go on there, and I know who's going to be on there, and I was going to get into a fight. I just know I would. So,
Yeah.
like this was probably going to be a lot nicer to do this than go there and ruin that show.
Ruin
Because
his show.
I would have.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's better this way. It's better this way.
Yeah, it's better to like stay in our own little circle for sometimes
Yeah.
instead of jumping to a big box
Yeah.
that people don't want to get out of.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes it's better for us to just stay in our little yard,
Yeah,
because we get a voice in our little yard, and
and
we
yeah,
don't always get a voice when we go in a big yard.
true.
So,
We like talking, so
yeah. Sometimes we don't get a voice in our little yard.
sometimes.
So,
Oh, beautiful evening. Time to be logic. All right. Well, go with your logic. That's cool.
it's all good, Uni Moonbee. It's all good.
What?
She's from the flat Earth community, so
Oh, okay.
yes, she is from the community.
Mhm.
Just not the same one you're thinking of.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
Yeah, totally.
Dude, what the fuck?
That's not cool at all.
Get the fuck out.
I mean, if you didn't want to come here, you didn't have to.
Get the fuck out. That's
Like, it's not cool.
You're from hell? Like, seriously? Like, if that's what you think about flat Earth, like, you can get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah, man.
you're in the wrong fucking room.
We don't do
man.
that here. Sorry.
Yeah. You're in
We
the
don't
wrong
do that.
room, brother.
That's not how we roll. So,
Well, example one of what
yeah.
we were discussing.
See?
Bounce in here
Perfect
to
example right
to
here.
tell us how stupid we are to compete with these big channels who just happen to be on the air tonight. Like, we're not competing with anybody. Like, we have 4 people on. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What did you come over here to scare us or something? What? What, is somebody gonna come break my fucking kneecaps because I dared to be on the air the same time as Scarab performance? So
Yeah.
what? Fucking
I mean,
Scarab could give a shit about me.
yeah.
And the feeling
So-
is mutual. So,
I don't even think he knows about me, but his feelings also mutual. So,
I'm sure he fucking doesn't know who I am. Why would he?
like, did they think that when I put trolls and shields in the title, it meant that I was welcoming them? Like, that's not what's happening here, dude. Yes,
Wow.
Michelle, Scarab is kind of a dude. Not kind of, he is. You ever watch his stuff? He is a creepy bastard.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, I'll just be on the lookout for him next time he comes in. Give him the boot. He's not welcome anymore.
no more. So,
now we know.
yeah, now we know. Look, one even present. So let's just, because I like to do this, Uni Monday, because you like to troll for the bigger channels that we are deciding tonight not to be a part of. So, bam.
Boom.
Good job, Beautiful Awakening.
Well done. Well done, you.
So, yeah.
Boom. Locked.
Got it. So, yeah.
I ain't afraid no troll.
Me neither. So, yeah, guys, just, they're everywhere.
I mean, do people think that they're gonna like intimidate me? Like, have you met me? Like, seriously.
Yeah, right? Like,
you're not
have
gonna
you even
intimidate
seen
me.
like have you or me? Like, have you seen either of our videos? Like
I don't give a fuck.
not at all.
Don't give a fuck. Not
Like,
even a little bit. I don't care. I don't.
Oh, yeah, exactly, Beautiful Awakening. She said
Yep.
big channels, mainstream media. It's
Yep.
something I've been saying.
Yep. It's the same
Just become
thing.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
look
It's
at the
exactly the same thing. Yep.
exactly.
And you know what? When I first came on to YouTube, like almost a year ago now, and I would watch like some of the bigger channel stuff, I'm like, this is like the news. And I remember thinking that and like thinking, that's really not a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's not a good thing, right? Like, and I didn't have anyone to ask at the time, but I knew that was not a good thing. And it kept me away from a few of the unsavories, but
Yeah.
I mean, like when I first got into flat earth, I mean, you just kind of naturally you naturally end up going to some of the bigger channels initially because that's just where you end up. It's just,
Right.
when you first start looking, like you end up on Eric Dubé's channel or Mark Sargent's, and because they have like, the clues and I can't think of Eric Dubé's, what his 8,000 fucking things about I don't remember what his thing is called. Anyway, you fucking people know it. You don't need me to say it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but as you get to know shit, you're like, oh, these motherfuckers ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. And
These
that's what
fucking
makes
people
us
aren't right. I don't want to be
decide
near
to
any of
like
this. Like, I can make it go back. Like, I need to unlike everything I liked and like, yuck,
exactly.
Yeah.
I've done that.
It feels dirty. It feels dirty. I want to wash it off. Yeah.
But yeah, we're not afraid of anyone. I'm not competing. Like, if people want to come here and like watch this, fine. But I mean,
What is the
it's
deal? Like, I mean, I'm fascinated by I'm fascinated by this. Why are people so worried about us?
yeah. Like, what happened? Like, well, are
Are
we
we
a
fucking
threat?
striking fucking nerves or what?
Yeah,
Because, man, people seem to be really fucking worried about us lately.
yeah. They have been, and I think
Uh-huh.
it's because we're talking too much truth that they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm
Oh,
here. I know that's why you're here. Like,
I know.
I'm here to talk truth. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care who I
you
piss
know that's
off.
what I'm doing.
Like, I don't care who like wants to label me a troll or a shield. Like, I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you truth. And if it like I'm here to stir the pot.
yeah.
And I'm trying to like lead you to the truth yourself. And if you can't find it, that's not my problem. Like,
Yep.
you need
Yep.
to like fucking do your own research, because I know that's going to come up at some point when like I bring up some of my theories and like, well, show us evidence. I've done my research. Go
I don't,
research it.
you know what? I don't
Like,
fucking chew anybody's fucking food for them. You know
exactly.
that? I don't fucking chew anybody's food for them. And um do your own fucking research. You can do all the work that I did. You can stay up all night long and you can do the hours and hours and hours of research that I did and you can figure out all the same shit that I did. I'm not doing it for you. When people say, "Well,
Right.
show me this or show me that," fuck you. Do it yourself. Fucking show
Yeah.
anybody shit. The
Like, you got
fuck? I
enough
look
time
like
to
your fucking
research.
mother? Fuck
Yeah, like you
you.
got enough time to research all this other stuff. Well, why don't you look into this stuff now?
Yeah, you want me to fucking chew your food and fucking spit it in your mouth for you too? What the fuck?
Like, you're not gonna
No.
happen. So,
I don't fucking no. No. That is my standard fucking answer to that. Uh-uh.
mine
I don't
too.
do anybody's research for them. And I don't need to show my work. I'm not in school for me to
Yeah.
show my work. Like I can, if I choose to in a video, if I feel like it, but I don't have
Right.
to, you know. I mean, if I want to present my theory, you know, as a scientific theory, then yes, I need to back it up with the evidence. But
Right.
I'm not doing that.
And that's one thing, like a
I'm
lot of other
presenting
people
my
are.
theory, but I'm
Yeah.
not, you know, there's a big difference there. So get it straight, folks. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, you're talking about reality shifting, but you have less evidence than I, a lot less.
Exactly.
So
I'm gonna start
show
saying
me a
that to
fucking
people.
atom of evidence that reality shifts or
Yeah.
that timelines shift or that
I love
anything
that too.
shifts.
Because, like, I did ask someone one time, like, well, where's your evidence for that? Well, this changed. Look at this logo. Like, that
Okay,
doesn't
but
tell
how
me.
is that? Yeah, that's not, that isn't, that's no evidence of anything shifting.
Yeah. So.
That shows me that there's been some manipulation, but that's it. That's manipulation.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that, like, there's people in all these communities that are just as guilty. Like, it's this, and here's like how I'm gonna say it so you believe it.
Yeah.
It's all fluff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, guys, because I do have to go in a few minutes. But that's basically what we wanted to say. The trolls and like, what was it, guy? What was your troll's name?
Which one?
The SpaceX guy.
Astronomy Live?
Yeah, Astronomy Live.
Yeah.
We mentioned Secure Team 10.
Yeah.
We mentioned a few more. And like,
I-
I'm not gonna say this guy's name that got mad at me for like speaking my theory, but I'll just say that his icon has a rainbow across his face, and I'm sure everybody knows who that is. No, Boom Boom, I was not jerking off on screen. That's not this channel. I've got other
Oh my
websites for
god, Boom Boom.
that.
Jeez. Wrong channel, Boom Boom.
Wrong channel. You're looking for you porn.
Typed it in just a little bit wrong there.
Yeah. But no, like, damn.
Oh, Boom Boom always has like half the mind in the gutter, you know?
Yeah.
I can't even say her or him because I don't know which it is.
She did confirm the other night she was.
I thought it was a she. I think it's a she. Yeah. Is it?
Yes.
Really? Oh, I guessed right. Ooh, yay me. That's what I had assumed. Yeah.
Yeah, Boom Boom. We were kind of wondering, but you did confirm it the other night, so.
Oh yeah, okay. I had vibed that out, so I was right.
Good. But we're gonna go for
Dirty
now,
girl.
guys. And like, just be careful. Look out for trolls and question everything. Don't just take what people tell you.
Yeah, and like be careful for like people who, I mean, just people who make friends with you too, because I've had that happen quite a lot. I mean, a lot. People who had ulterior motives, and their motives have been to make sure that I leave this community and go bye-bye.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those too.
Um,
And I've noticed that, and here's one
from
thing.
the
like,
time I started up till now, they exist. So,
and I've noticed that the one person that is going to like the one person that accused everyone else of being a shill is more than likely a shill themselves.
Yeah, I mean, except for us.
Except for us, but we don't say it like they do. Like,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah, Michelle said if they run a huge channel, take it from me, they're not who they portray themselves to be. They're different in real. Oh, we know.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, we know.
Sorry about that. Yep. Correction, I am.
But all right, guys, we love you. Thanks
love you
for
guys. Thanks for
popping in
hanging
with
out.
us.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys on Sunday on the gathering.
Yes. Yes.
Mwah.
Loves ya.
Later. Love you guys.
Bye-byes.